October 11th, and we just went through Hurricane Lidia, or I should say Hurricane Lidia just went through us here in Bucerias, Nayarit. And it was pretty powerful. Some of those wind gusts were rattling the windows. Well, I would say a lot of them were. And you can see that we did have some destruction that we saw last night from our bedroom window, and we could see that it was knocking over some trees. So let's go assess some of the aftermath of Hurricane Lidia here in Bucerias, which is just about 30-minute drive north of Puerto Vallarta, if you're not familiar where Bucerias is. So obviously this tree fell down last night, or part of the tree, which blocked the road. Gracias. And then on the other side of the road here, there's a light pole, and that fell. So at one point you couldn't go where that car is. You couldn't go through there, and obviously you couldn't come through here. So yeah, this is about 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, and we are without electricity or internet. And I would say right now it's cooler than what we normally have as far as weather goes this time of year, but there still is like a lot of humidity. So now I'm gonna walk towards the centro, the plaza in Bucerias. Here's the nursery here. And there was just a lot of destruction in our koto, in our little neighborhood where we live. There's a lot of people have these plastic overhangs over their carport, like over there where they park their cars, and so those things all went flying. Well, not all of them, but quite a few. I did see one broken window in one of the houses, but that was it. And obviously some other trees that had fallen down. Okay. So you can see the sun is kind of peeking out, but there's a lot of leftover clouds in the sky, which I don't mind. For some reason I couldn't find my hat, so I'm going hatless. People are going out hoping that they have some breakfast somewhere. That's what I'm guessing these people are doing. You know, this is kind of crazy. You just have these construction sites, and you never know how safe they are, and then after you have a Hurricane Category 4 roll through the neighborhood, you just wonder. ¿Quién es Ramón?
El novio de ella.
Ah, de novia.
Sí. Ajá.
Okay, felicidades. That's funny. She's trying to get a hold of her boyfriend, and his name is Ramón.
Oh, Ramón ese, mira.
¿Dónde está Ramón?
Está quebrado, está quebrado.
¿Qué buscas? ¿Desayuno?
Sí.
¿Sí?
La gente de Chihuahua.
¿A dónde?
No sé.
Síguenos.
Sin luz aquí, ¿eh? No sé quién está abierto. Buenos días.
Hola, buenos días.
Hey, puppy. You see this street is blocked. The storm started to intensify right around 6:30 or so, and 6:30 p.m. And then I would say it was all done, at least the strongest part of it, around 8:30. The strongest part of it was probably done around 8:30 p.m. So ultimately, it was here in town for about 2 hours. Hey, puppies. Last year I did a video that was the aftermath of Hurricane Roslyn. And that one, I don't think that was a category 3. Maybe it was a category 3 or 2. But it didn't have that as powerful of wind, obviously, that this one had. Maybe I'll walk down here on this new street here in Bucerias. Well, the newly paved road, and see how that fared. There's a lot of businesses here right on the beach. I do recall that last year they were having a lot of water in the restaurants. So let's see what's up this time. I did manage to make myself a cup of coffee, so I at least got a little bit of caffeine in me, but it was a rough night. It just did, it's hard when there isn't any fan, like ventilador, no air movement, and it's really start to get sweaty, and then our ceiling fan started to drip water. So I had to go sleep on the couch, and it was just not easy. But ultimately, it's, you thank God that you have shelter, and so yeah. But you do just kind of feel like a wimp when you start complaining, just because you don't have a ceiling fan or some kind of fan. Because you watch the show, like Danielle and I watch the show Survivor, and we're like, oh yeah, I would do that, I would do this, and I'm like, all it takes is to run out of electricity for one night, and you're like, this is horrible, and you're in your own bed, like you're in your own house. Just imagine, being outside and in these elements. It's horrible. So I feel for anybody who's out on the street or just had to figure out a way to stay dry during this. It could be pretty extreme. See that this house has some broken glass. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Maybe they prepared better this time. Okay, yeah, I'm just peeking into these restaurants, and there's really not like a ton of water or sand in them, so that's good. Buenos días. I think these trees got a little pushed around. Nothing too bad though. buenos días. ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, todo bien.
Ok. Muy bien. Adiós.
Vas a salir en televisión.
So now we are approaching the plaza here in Bucerias. A few days ago, the letter C was missing on the Bucerias sign. Looks like they got some tape on some of the letters. Maybe they got loose. Oh, there's no R now. Now there's no R. Jeez. What is going on? Well, you get the C back, then you lose the R. Let's take a look at the ocean. Here's the R right here. It just looks like it got messed up. There's the R. Some of these little palapas on the beach got knocked over. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. Just looking around the plaza right now, and it's looking pretty good. Not too bad at all. I remember during Roslyn, a few trees got tumbled over. But this is looking pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, you just thinking about how normally I would, you get on Facebook and see like what's going on, but without the internet, that's kind of hard. So the areas that I'm walking in, it's just the first time I'm seeing them, and maybe there is another part of Bucerias somewhere that suffered more damage, but I just have no idea. This is Mariscos Villarreal, which is very, very good. you're ever in Bucerias and you want some mariscos, some good seafood, this is the best spot right here. So now we're going towards the Golden Zone in Bucerias. So this is a water treatment facility here in Bucerias, at least one of them. And there's definitely some guys over here doing some work. Okay. Here's the Kissing Bridge. And this is where the canal empties into the ocean. And you can see it's pretty full. Lots of garbage down below. But somehow these guys are all doing construction right now. Yeah, they're just like, all right, there's a hurricane. Anyways, let's get back to work. Start operating that giant crane. Start drilling holes. No big deal. We weren't really able to tell too much from from inside of our house last night because we weren't trying to stand next to the window too much, but it did feel like there was a ton of wind, but we weren't exactly sure how much rain came through. So maybe there wasn't as much rain. I'm just guessing, but yeah, just. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. This is probably a raging river last night. It's just people waiting for the bus there. Yeah, it's tacos de birria, or tacos quesadillas de birria is open. I see people are just going to work or going to school. Okay, yeah, you can see some trees. A tree had fallen over here. Buenos días. Este árbol se cayó, ¿eh?
Buenos días. Sí.
Okay. Well, you can see that people are cleaning up this mess. That's mostly what it looks like. I'll walk through here carefully because there's quite a bit of mud. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
A ver, ven el costado, mira. Hola.
Salud. Tacos de birria. Yeah, it looks like things are mostly okay, because if you look back at the Roslyn video that we did coming down this street last year, it was just full of mud and people were shoveling mud out of their houses and businesses. It's good to see. These guys had sandbags prepared. Buenos días. ¿No super mal?
¿Mandé?
¿No super mal?
No.
¿No?
No.
La otra año con Rosalind.
Sí,
Terrible,
otra
¿ah?
vez, sí, mucha.
Recuerdo mucho tierra y agua. Sí, mejor.
Sí, pero hoy no.
Sí, muy bien. Gracias. Yeah, honestly, like right here, I would have never known that a Hurricane 4 came through. This seems like a regular storm, like the morning after a regular storm here in Bucerias. Ooh, this kind of stinks right here. Jeez. Oof. All right. This is always like this. This is not from the hurricane, this pile of garbage here. This is just normal. I don't know what it is, but here in Mexico, they don't do the dumpster thing like we do in the United States, and I imagine Canada as well. But you know, like you have a construction site, so you're like, I need 2 dumpsters or whatever. And so you get a couple of dumpsters and you just fill them up. Someone takes them away and you bring them back and fill them up again. Here in Mexico, they don't have that system. So if anybody's looking to create a dumpster business, but I don't know, that might have something to do with the regulations as far as like, you don't need to have, there's no laws telling you can't put all your garbage right out in front of your place. So these guys are building the Domino's pizza right now, and they have a generator, so that tells me that maybe my electricity is also still off, because I live right near here. And oh, this is sad. This is sad. This tree that they had, kind of like, it's part of this architecture actually. So it goes, supposed to grow through that hole there. And obviously it fell. So they'll have to do something about that. Either put it back, or if it's too broken, too damaged, they can maybe put a palm tree through there or something. Yeah, there's Barracuda. Everything looks okay. No big broken glass anywhere. Very cool.
Thankfully, our electricity and internet has been restored as of 5 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. Today, Danielle and I went to each of the properties that we rent to check for damage or flooding, and luckily, there were only a few minor issues that we discovered in only a few of the properties. Overall, we are very thankful for all of your well wishes from our amazing community here at Moving to Mexico. We all love Mexico, and a lot of us love the community here in Bucerias, and so it's a relief to see that the damage created by the storm wasn't too bad. I actually just flew the drone out as the sun was setting, and it reminded me how lucky we are to call this amazing place home. Thank you for watching today's video, and please give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel for more videos. De mi familia a la tuya, Dios te bendiga.